Hey everyone, this is NitrousCorolla here, coming at you from the NitrousCorolla. Today I'll talk a little bit about the Livewire rework. Let's see, her first ability is Gigawatt. It changed, I believe, a little bit from what it was before. I believe the damage per intelligent up on Livewire has gone up like a couple of a percent, like maybe 2 or 3. But when you multiply that, say, by 10, if that's what you have, that's, 20 or 30% extra damage. It's not too bad. So they made her give out a little more damage for that. Her quick charge, I believe the true heal, went up just a little bit. I believe it was like say right here, it was at 10%, I believe. The legendary here is the same. The legendary there was the same. Lightning Storm was a special damage. I believe this went up as well. I believe it was 10% chance per, to strike again for every intelligent up purged. And once you go to level 6, where it says 8% chance to hit a third enemy, that one was 5%. So, it goes from, say, 50 to 80% if you have 10 intelligent ups on you. So that's a big jump. And hitting 3 people with this, it could do some damage. I did notice another thing that they changed with the legendary is they put a max of 5 on there that you can get the evasion ups. I don't remember the last one having a max limit. So I believe if you had, as many intelligent umps as you had, you could get just that many evasions. Let's see here. Her static shock. 2 more allies take damage. 60% chance. The chance on this has definitely gone up, because I believe if it was maxed out before, it was only at 50% maybe. And now you have a chance of 80%. Her static shock, it will go off more frequently, that's for sure. Her lightning storm, okay. The legendary before the rework was 2 intelligent ups, now it's 3. So they're making her a little bit better there. Her living lightning, 1 evasion, 3 evasion ups, gain 10 to 30%. I believe that's the same. And that's the same. Overall, I say she's not like, a controller or some type of character that's going to take the game over or anything like that. But she makes a good addition to several teams with using her quick charge, every other turn. Keeps her viability up just a little bit, where she can get a little heal, 11%. Where I have right now is 11%. You can get her up to, looks like 15% true heal, which, every other turn, if you're getting 15% health, that's a pretty good bump every single turn. So that helps her stay alive a little bit longer than what someone else probably would, because, she's not the weakest, but she's not the strongest character either, I feel like. Especially for how much damage she can dish out. The order I like to actually use her when I'm in PvP, or really anything, is I like to do her quick charge to go ahead and get her some intelligence ups, and then just use Gigawatt just to hit somebody. It really doesn't matter. And then I'll go back to quick charge on her third turn, and then on turn 4 I'll use Lightning Storm, and that's where you're going to get the most damage out of her. Now, you can actually use the Lightning Storm first, and it'll just delay you one whole turn, I guess. What's luckily, though, is the cooldown on Lightning Storm, I believe, is 3. So, if you use Lightning Storm first, you could do Quick Charge, Gigawatt, Quick Charge, and then back to Lightning Storm. So you could use it twice within 5 turns instead of just, once within the first 4. But that's my preference. I'd rather get a lot more bang out of that, move. Because, we all know from like Etrigan and stuff, the more intelligent ups you have on somebody, you can really rock somebody's world. And that's what she does. If you can get her 2 quick charges and then use her Lightning Storm, it's well worth it. Her legendaries, as you see, I've already done 1 and 3. 40% chance to hit an additional enemy. I like that just because you get additional hits and it's her first. Her quick charge is purge 2 debuffs from Livewire. That's good. And like I said, these are all dependent on what type of teams you're running with. If you're using, Wonder Woman, before I tell you the wrong one here, it's not DOJ, I think it's POT. This one. Yeah, POT. If you're, using her a lot, she's higher up on your list, then I would go with 2, because her, main thing is not having any debuffs on your team. So if you can knock off a few debuffs from yourself, that'll, if you're using a team like her. The quick charge is actually a good one to have, because it'll proc her, upgrade for her leader ability. So removing debuffs from yourself, helping her remove debuffs is always a good thing. Her Lightning Storm is for every 2 intelligent purge gauging. This one, that's a no-brainer. That one should be up there. I'm trying to think which one I took first, actually. Most people will probably take 3 first, but I believe I took 1 first just because I personally like being able to hit someone again. But I did obviously end up taking this one. Her Static Shock. Static Shock's trigger, gain 3 intelligence ups. Oh man, that's always... If it triggered all the time for any attack, I would definitely do this, but it's almost like it's, for an AoE type attack. Then this will trigger, which is, it's 3 intelligence ups on top of everything else. That's a really good upgrade to have. The legendary for her Living Lightning is if Livewire evades, 50% chance to reduce the cooldown of Livewire's abilities by 1. Her quick charging, I don't know if it's a gigawatt, but her quick charge is, not bad at all. It's like 1 turn. So that one really doesn't need it. Lightning Storm needs the intelligence ups. So it's hard for me to swap out to want to get that sooner, but obviously if you can get her to L5, then do them all. For me, let's see here. So, I would probably save that one for last. That one's last, no doubt. Like I said, these 3 probably should be number 1. That's probably going to be your best bet, because it also, with giving her more evasion ups, allows you to it makes her live longer, makes her a lot more viable to have, and with her quick charge, more heal. And with this, the more evasion up she has, obviously it makes people harder to hit her. So if you have a good Roy Harper, or you like to use Roy Harper a lot, that's a good one to have, where, somebody misses, they get an attack where you're using her on a Batgirl team. When they miss, something happens. So it's good to have that. So I would say that one's definitely number 1. I personally would still go, Gigawatt number 2. But like I said, it's hard. Honestly, that one's definitely number 1. Depending on which teams you have, or that you use a lot in PvP, or, it's hard for me to say which one to choose. Like I said, it just depends on what you have. If you're wanting a team with no debuffs, or you're facing a lot of bleed teams and you want to remove those bleeds, because bleeds can really hurt you, obviously, quick charge is good. Me, I just like to I just like doing extra damage or hitting additional people, so I went with Gigawatt. But Static Shock, I mean, a lot of people do have AoE attacks, and I mean, that's a decently high percentage. Gosh, that's a really tough one. Like I said, it all depends if you're facing a bunch of, obviously you wouldn't use her if you're going against a bunch of Wonder Girl teams. But if you're, say going against a bunch of Green Arrows, or, I mean, there's a lot of people now that hit everybody. So that would be nice to have. Trying to think of things that are going to happen more often. So I might save that one for 4 as is. And so Lightning Storm I would definitely say is 1. And then just depending on which, teams you use the most of, depends on if you want Quick Charge or Gigawatt. Me, I went with Gigawatt, but I could easily see how someone would want Quick Charge. As removing the debuffs. Like I said, if you're definitely using a Wonder Woman POT a lot, then I would take that first. And that's one of the few instances where you're facing a bunch of bleed teams always. But besides that, I think I would take, it would be 3, 1, 2, 4, 5. That's me. I mean, she's a really good player. She fits in with many teams. I mean, if you can get her, with someone who can give her more intelligence ups, that's even better. Like Gorilla Grodd, he can. Let's see, where is my Gorilla Grodd? Yeah, he would be a good one to have on a team with her. Intelligence up to allies. I mean, it's only 1, but pretty much anybody else that you can get her, and intelligence down kind of basically works the same way. But for her, you definitely want to add the intelligence ups. That way she can gain the evasion ups. That's where the extra difference is. Without looking at everybody, I believe just Batman. What's his? You can see I haven't really done anything with him. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really know many people who do intelligent ups off the top of my head without really looking or thinking. My lord. I don't know. Most people who do intelligent ups do it to themselves. Like I said, Grodd's definitely 1. And I know there's more. I'm just blanking right now. It's for whatever reason. Like I said, overall, though, Livewire is not too bad. She can hold her own pretty good. She can fit into many teams because she can heal herself a little bit here and there, and she can, get a little bit of evasion here and there. But, like I said, you can get her enough intelligence ups, and you use that Lightning Storm, she can do some good damage to somebody. Just hopefully you don't do it when, who is it? Like, if you're going against Wonder Woman and everybody's got a darn awareness on them or something. But she fits into a lot of places. She's definitely well worth the upgrade because you can use her quite often. And like I said, she can heal herself. That's one of the biggest things too, is because you don't like having someone who can just die really quick. Besides that, I mean, she was a fairly good character. I really like it. This week is Katana. And I haven't played too much with Katana. I just got her here, so I don't even have any legendaries yet, so I can't really give any advice. But let me play with her a little bit this week and have an update on her reworks. All right. NitrousCorolla is out. Have good gaming. Definitely get Livewire.